For the 11th round of bags, we finished off the 3rd floor with the Green Goblin crashing through the building and the glass just shattering. Now, let's take a closer look at that Green Goblin minifigure and his Goblin Glider first. Here's a closer look at that Green Goblin minifigure, and I just love the design and printing on this minifigure, both the front and back. With his costume, it's got a lot more like mechanical and armored details to it, which I love, as opposed to like the more just kind of like spandex costume of him. And then these pointy ears and the hat is a separate piece from his head, and here you've got the head of that big old crazy smile because he's insane, and then more of like just a gritted expression as he's getting frustrated because he just can't seem to kill Spider-Man. But you know, I actually have a few Green Goblin minifigures, and I think this actually might be my favorite printing of him yet. I just love the amount of detail they put in this minifigure. And here is the Goblin Glider that's got flames shooting out the back as he flies to the sky. And it was actually a pretty simple build. And these like wings just kind of attached to a bar piece, which is stuck inside this 1x1 plate with the ring. But the overall design is very simple, but I love the pieces because it comes in this sand green color. And so we just get all these great pieces that I don't see a lot of in sand green, like a sand green grill piece, sand green jumper plates, wings, those like little fins and wings in a sand green color. So, you know, even though it's like it wasn't a very complex build, the pieces and the color in those pieces are fantastic. And then it attaches to this clear bar here. So you just put those little studs on the bottom studs of our plate. And then this would be gripping on to the building of the Daily Planet to make it look like he's flying out the window. Before I rip this thing apart so you can get a closer look at it, I wanted to show you what it looked like when you put the 3rd floor onto the 2nd floor, because in the back of the Daily Bugle, there's a little balcony here. So we built this light that shines down the back door, but the back door is built in the last round of bags. You can open it up to get in and out outside the building. But then a character can come out here and just stand, look at the scenery. If you're Peter Parker, maybe you need to do a quick change so nobody sees you. But it's just a really cool feature when you put that 4th floor onto, I'm sorry, the 3rd floor onto the 2nd floor. Now let's take apart that window so we can kind of see what we built in this round of bags. So it's just like the 2nd floor, the 3rd floor comes off really easily. Just kind of pull it forward, and you've got some nice studs here on the front, and then it kind of also connects into here on the top to just be a secure fit so it's not going to fall off. One thing we built within the building, there's actually, I'll get a closer look here, a spider web and a huge spider. So above the door, there's a stud on the wall that you get to connect this spider to, and then we'll look up high so you can see the spider web that's in the corner in the back wall. And here you can see the spider web that's hung on the very top of the building, and if you pull it down here, you'll see there's just a little clip there for the spider web to grab onto, and then you just pull it back up so you can position it whatever way you like, because clearly if Spider-Man's in the building, you need lots of spiders and spider webs. And since we do have one more floor to go, the 4th floor, we do have more of these modular builds where it's mostly tile pieces, but you get a couple studs so it does fit on secure and it's not going to fall off. But at the same time, it's also easy to remove to get to whatever floor you want. Here's a close-up shot of that wall that we built, and just like such an amazing build and how this is put together. Here we'll see the back end, and you know, not as interesting to see, but you'll see right here there's this little open end handle that the large plastic piece, the Goblin Glider, is attached to. Is put here. So rather than being just stable and only being able to be in this one position, you can actually move the Green Goblin higher or lower, however you want him to fly out of the building. And then I love the explosions here. Now, these fire explosion pieces are, you know, they're pretty obvious. But what I love is, if you flip it on the back, you're going to see a little bit of like just some translucent orange plates, slopes, and bricks in the back, just to give a little bit more look of like the fire and the explosions going on inside the building. So I love this, just not those pieces, but you also have a build inside the window to just give it a little more visual effect to look like the building is actually exploding. And then these pillars and beams going every which way, those are attached with some ball joints. So they're ball joints into the side of the building. So again, you can position these however you want. I like the way they did it where they're kind of like hiding the ends, but those ball joints on the window allow you to position those beams that are flying off any way you want. So it looks awesome, but also it offers a lot of movement and posability and decision making on your part. So I love the fact that we get that kind of control in building this set. We got a few extra pieces in the 11th round of bags. We got this little black pie tile piece. You got a 3L light bluish gray bar, a 1x1 light bluish gray plate. You got a 1x1 translucent clear plate, and also this 1x1 round translucent orange plate with hole and stud. None of these are like very exciting, but it's always nice to get a few extra pieces in your bags. I love the third floor of the Daily Bugle. The Green Goblin crashing through the window is everything I hoped it could be. And now I'm looking forward to going to the fourth floor of the Daily Bugle.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe or check out some of our other videos. Until next time, let's keep building together.